Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I just wanted to go over some simple and easy editing tricks that I use and on a daily basis basically for mobile photography. Now it's a lot harder to edit photos you take on your phone because they are in JPEG format and not in RAW, so you don't get all the data. So that's why the first thing you want to remember is to always have a balance when it comes to how bright the highs are and how dark the lows are. So for example, you don't want to have too harsh of a highlights because when you're editing the photo, you cannot remove that. And unless you're going for a silhouette look for your photos, having too dark of blacks, the shadows cannot be lifted when editing the photo, or they can be, but it won't look as good or natural. So those are the two things you first need to keep in mind. So I had these 6 photos that I just took a few minutes ago actually, and I got some really nice photos. I love taking pictures of trees and nature, and it's autumn, so I thought might as well, right? So the first photo I wanted to look at was this one. I love the colors on the leaves, and as you can tell, it is a little bright on the background, so you can reduce it a little bit. As you can see, it's subtle, but it already looks a lot better. So the first thing you want to do is decrease the things that you think aren't as important, and you don't want to decrease them too much or not it'll look fake. So you don't want the background to be super bright when it comes to these photos. It was pretty like dark outside and like gloomy looking, but I kind of wanted to make this photo look a bit like happier, so that's what we're gonna go for. The contrast, well, the contrast is fine. We can lift the contrast a little bit so you can get more of the tree in there, and the blacks can be a little, no, never mind. Okay, well that's enough for just like the simple version of what I wanted to do. So since it's a little looking gloomy, the best way to change the mood of a photo is using the temperature. So if you want a happier like sunshine look, you will raise the temperature a little bit, not a lot. As you can tell, it's a bit too much. And if you want to go for like a sad look, you go for the blue tone and then you raise the tint and you just mess around. So as you can tell, the blue does not work for this photo at all. So we're gonna go for a little bit of an orange tone. So here's the normal, and then if we increase it a little bit, I think that that's already fine. We go like that. And then, yeah, okay. So for this, I do think tint should still be 0. Kind of just going, the thing you need to know when editing photos is you just go with the flow. You just start experimenting, trying new things, and making sure it looks good in the end. So here we have just like pretty basic right now, a little bit more warmer tones, gives it a happier feel that I wanted. And another thing to do is I kind of wanted to bring out the detail. So let's see, dehaze would be nice. Just a little bit, because over here on the corners it does look a little weird. And then vignette, you can never go wrong, so just add like a subtle. And grain, if you're going for a depressing look, then that's perfect. Grain is always something you want to add, but since we're not going for that, we kind of want to add some clarity. It does darken some parts of the photo, but in general it gives a better look to the image. And now when editing like texture, clarity, and sharpening, keep in mind you don't want to overdo it. So you never want to make it too sharpened, or not just to come out looking ugly, and you don't want that. That's the main thing you don't want. You don't want to over sharpen your photos so it looks all pixelated. So now here we have basically our final image. I really like it, and let's go on to the next image. So like I said before, I have these images, and another one I really liked was this one. As you can tell, it's a lot more a happier look, and it's already yellow, so that also helps. So as you can see here in the background area right here, you can see when the texture starts to come in. If you decrease it, it looks all weird. But if you add some more and then clarity with the dehaze, it makes the browns look a lot better, and just the leaves look a lot more natural and nicer. So now that that's done, we don't need to do any noise reduction. And as you can see here, it's a bit too bright, and you're gonna have that sometimes. So what you want to do is try to mess around with it as much as you can. Make sure you can get it to look as basically as normal as possible. As you can still see, it's a bit still overexposed, sorry. It's a bit still overexposed, but it still looks nice, right? So that's the main thing, as long as you make the photo look good. So here we have the light. It's basically done same edit that we did on the previous photo, but since it's a yellow, you know what? I decided I think we should mess around with the colors a little bit. I wanted to go for an orange look. No luminance, that looks gross. And going an orange. No, okay. We're gonna keep it at orange, but we're gonna go up a little bit right there, saturation. I think this makes the leaves look a lot more nicer, because yellow's nice and all, but I do prefer an orange look. Now, if we wanted to go even more, we could, okay, let's Control Z everything. Okay. Oopsies. Cut. No, I'm just kidding. So, here's the photo again. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I kind of undo too far. So, another thing you can do is presets are always nice and they always help a lot. So we can go through that. There's one here that I have called orange, literally. And as you can tell, it's orange. So what we do with this photo, because I do like how it's black and white on the background, we can edit this preset and make the orange not as orange. So we're gonna go down in the saturation department and then vibrance as well. And then shadows are lifted. I think the saturation or the vibrance really messed this photo up, or saturation, so we're gonna go here. Yeah, so you know, you can always mess around with presets. I love using presets. They do make it a lot easier and helpful when you do have them, so I do recommend getting some whenever you have the chance. There's free presets online. All you have to do on YouTube is search up best free presets 2019 or whatever, and you'll find some nice ones. And then we can still mess around, right? So we have black and white, and then if we wanted to go for a different look, we could always do that as well. And remember, just because it looks like this doesn't mean you can't change it. So like if I went something for that, then I went into the light and reduced the exposure, and then I dropped the highlights even more. See? Perfect, right? It looks nice. So you gotta keep in mind, just because you have a preset that looks like that, right? I know, I mean, obviously this looks really bad, right? But you can always edit the preset. So don't think that just because you put the preset on doesn't mean you can't edit it and make it the way you want it to look like, basically. So always keep that in mind. It always helps to base your edit off of something. So for example, you start off with a preset and then you go from there. Now, there's one thing I did want to try to this photo, because I do feel like we could make this look sad, and part of me wants to, so we're gonna do just that. So here we have this, scroll, same presets. Okay, see, look at this. You know, I've always wanted to find a picture that looked good with this preset because I thought it would look really cool, and I wasn't wrong. So what we have here, it's a pretty depressing look, to be honest with you, but what we can do is add some green, vignette, like that, and boom, there you go. Instantly change the mood of the photo, instantly change basically everything just with a simple preset and some minor touches. You can make a photo that looks happy into a sad one, or a sad photo into a happy one, just by messing around with the settings. And the main key thing to take away from this video is basically to mess around, have fun with it, and just do what you think looks nice. And keep in mind that if you don't have a color accurate monitor, what I would do is, your phone has a really good color accurate screens, for example like Samsung phones, iPhones, and basically what you would do, it's a more tasking process, but if you're like, this looks nice, but I want to see if it's actually color accurate, what you do is you put that into Google Photos and open it up on your phone, and that's how you can get a better understanding of whether or not the photo will actually look good when you post it to social media or wherever else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to go over some simple, key, easy editing tricks and tips that I use in my daily editing process that I do with basically all of my photos. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and let me know what you guys think of like my tips and tricks. And if you have any tips that you would like to leave in the comments down below, feel free to do so. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean a lot to me if you can like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Anyways, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.